So just before we begin, I thought I'd put this little edit in. Firstly, to thank everybody who's subscribed to the channel recently since I started doing these videos. It's great to see the channel growing, and it is greatly appreciated. So thank you all so much who have decided to subscribe. And if you're new here or you're not subscribed and you like what you see, then please do subscribe, because it makes this all worthwhile. I put quite a lot of effort into these videos, and it is really nice to know that people are liking what they see. Also, thank you to everybody who's commented, particularly with encouragement and praise for these videos, but also those of you who put rules corrections in there, because I do make a fair few mistakes, and in some cases, which we're about to discuss, I have misunderstood a couple of the rules in this game, and you will see throughout several more of these playthroughs, as I don't have a lot of time to film, so I tend to film in batches. So I've already filmed quite a lot of the stages of this Metal Gear Solid playthrough, so you will see me make errors, which is down to a rules misunderstanding. So I'm going to put this little clip here at the start of this video, just to explain to you some of the rules I get wrong and the correct way to play them. So there are two main rules I get wrong. The first one is the rotation of the guards. So when I read the rules for rotating guards, the finding a new path rule as it's called, I misinterpreted what is considered a new path. So the way I play the rule is like this, and I'll just show you with this example. So let's say we draw our guard order card, and this guy's going to move 3 and then turn to his left. So he would go 1, 2, 3 and turn to his left. That's very simple. I get that right. And that is because there is a left path and a right path here. So that's how I would play that. However, if the guard came from this direction, he would go 1, 2, 3. Now, the way I play this for a large part of this campaign is I determine he has more than one path available to him. He could turn right, he could continue going forwards, or he could go back on himself. So when I have interpreted this rule, I have considered 3 optional paths to him. And in such cases, you will see me say the guard, as according to this guard order card, would turn left, in which case I would rotate him that way and send him back. That's actually incorrect, because when you find a new path, so in the example of him moving 3 to here, the only path that is considered a new path is this one down here. Because in the rulebook, it stipulates they turn left or right. So the path isn't actually including the path they're already on. A new path is only the path to the left or right. So in the case of this situation, even though the card tells us to turn left, we would ignore that, because the only path available to him, or the only new path available to him, is this one to his right. So he would turn right and walk that way. And that is the correct way of doing that rule. So you will see that mistake where I kind of have you will see that mistake where I have guards go back on themselves, which very rarely happens. In fact, guards only do a 180 spin when they hit one of these arrows here. So in the example of this, if he were to go 1, 2, instead of turning left and going this way, he would spin 180 degrees and go back on himself. And that is basically how guard rotation should work. Now, the other rule that I misunderstood is guards leapfrogging each other. You will notice that in my playthroughs, when I have a guard leapfrog another guard, I essentially misinterpreted this rule to essentially mean guards can move through other guards. So in this example, where he moves 3, we would say this guard would go 1, 2, 3. And then in the event that, say, this guard was here, I would interpret the rule by going 1, 2, 3, and then just say, well, he finishes his move on the other side. That was how I was playing the rule. The actual correct way of playing the rule is when a guard is leapfrogged, he only counts 1 point of movement, regardless of how many guards there are. So again, to use this example of moving 3 spaces, he would count 1 point of movement to go 1, and then 2, 3. So it's like a free move, essentially. And this is done for any number of guards. So if you end up with 3 guards in a row like this, and this one moves, he would actually go 1, 2, 3. So this does allow guards to really zoom across the board at great speed. And I just wanted to clarify those rules because I know it might be a little bit confusing. I know some of you use these to learn the game, and I don't want to be teaching you the wrong rules so that when you play it yourself, it's confusing and you're playing the game wrong. And yeah, thanks for listening to that little tangent. So now we will finally get on with this stage.
Don't move! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie? You're not one of them, are you? What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot!
Okay, so in this stage, Snake and Meryl have met and are trying to escape from the cell block. So we have 2 optional objectives in this stage. We can either defeat 12 guards in the holding cells or reach token C, then reach the exit, which is in a different zone. So we will try to make for the exit, but we may end up getting bogged down here and having to fight all these guards. And there are also special rules. So as long as the holding cell zone, which is the one we're in now, is active, resolve an additional radio in that zone before resolving the guard order card. So essentially what that means is up to 2 guards will spawn into this zone. The guard count is 3, so it basically means if we kill 2 of the guards, then both will respawn in the next turn. Well, potentially both will respawn. We'll always have at least 1 guard respawn if they're not at a count of 3. Defeat guards. When you would place a knockout or skull token in the holding cells, place 1 objective token on the guard dashboard instead. These count towards the player's objective. So every time we knock out or kill a guard, we will place 1 of these tokens to count how many we've killed. So once we get 12 of these, that is the objective complete. So everything is set up and we are ready to go. So we're actually going to begin with Meryl. And we've both got our alert tokens on the board, so we may as well start shooting. So Meryl has her light assault rifle equipped. And this can only be used up to 3 times. Only has 3 ammunition, so we're going to spend an ammunition. And we will then roll 2 dice and try to kill one of them. Okay, so we get a 6 and a 2. So Meryl is going to use her +2 focus token to turn that 2 into a 4. And we're going to kill this guard in the middle. So instead of placing a token, we place 1 of these, and that's 1 towards our possible objective. Meryl is then going to shoot another guard. 6 and a 3, which does kill another guard and give us another of our objective tokens. Then she's going to save her last bullet. Meryl is going to go 1, 2 and dash to here. Snake will go next. Snake is going to try to shoot this last guard. So his 45 caliber pistol only rolls 1 die. But Snake has the special ability I Work Alone. So once per round, if there are no players within 2 spaces, you may add or deduct 1 to any die when using a weapon. So you can, Merrill isn't within 2 spaces, so he can add 1 to this if he needs to, which he doesn't need to. So he puts 1 damage on this guy, and then he's going to use a second action to shoot him again, which gets him a 6, so that is enough to kill him, leaving Snake with 2 action points left. So he's going to dash 1, 2, 1, 2 to here. And that also gets us our 3rd objective token, and the Majora Guard Order card. Okay, so we get radio in twice, which means 2 guards spawn in, and then they will resolve their movement of 2. No, sorry, their movement of 4, because the alert tokens are on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we go back to Snake and Merrill's turn. So I don't believe figures, friend or foe, count as obstructions to line of sight. So what we're going to do is going to have Snake move out into the corridor for 1 action, and then he is going to shoot at the guard in front of him. We roll a 4, so that's 1 damage on this first guard, and then he's going to shoot again for his 3rd action, and we get a 5. So that's 2 hits on him. We get a 4th objective token, and then with his last action point, he is going to step forward 1 and activate Event A. Let's see what Event A is. Remove the token from the map. Read cutscene 3A on page 14.
You fool! You've killed him! Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
Okay, return to the mission. Okay, so that's the end of Snake's turn. So now Merrill, she is going to go dash and then sneak. And as I said, I don't believe figures block each other's line of sight. So Merrill is going to shoot at this guard, and she has 2 actions left, so she's going to use the last bullet from her light assault rifle. Oh wow. And she gets 2 6s. Merrill has an ability, I'm no rookie. Once per round when attacking, if you roll an unmodified 6, you may deal +1 damage of the same type. So she would actually be able to do 3 damage to him. So with only 2 health, he is thoroughly dead. So that was her 3rd action, and then her 4th action. So she's going to dash. You can leapfrog over characters and guards, so she gets to there. And that is the end of their turn. So we will resolve another Guard Order card. This symbol means if there are 3 dead body tokens on the board, we would take the next card in the Guard Order cards and we would put it to the bottom. However, for this stage in the prison cells, it says we collect these instead of placing dead bodies or stunned markers, so this doesn't have any effect. No CCTV. However, we do always resolve 1 reinforcement before we even draw the Guard Order card. So he would be there. The alert tokens are on the board, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, turn this way, and then he will shoot at Merrill, whose alert token would of course go to here. And he hits Merrill for 2 wounds, but Merrill is going to use her plus or minus 1 focus token, and she's going to use it as a -1 to turn that 3 into a 2. And so Merrill only takes 1 wound. And then that is the end of the guard's turns. So we are going to go back to Snake's turn. No, we're going to start with Meryl. Meryl is going to shoot at this guard with her handgun. For 6. Nope, she got nothing. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit risky here. Meryl's going to dash and she's going to leapfrog over the guard. We should put her here. And we'll resolve B, but we'll do that in a moment, because when you leapfrog a guard, they immediately turn towards you and resolve an attack, whether it's their turn or not. So you roll a 4 and a 1. So unfortunately, she takes another point of damage, reducing her to 2 health. And then we resolve token B.
Just like that. Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination.
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic.
So that was Mantis.
Okay, so now, when we activate Snake... Oh, in fact, Meryl shot once, moved, so she's got 2 action points remaining. So she's going to move 1, 2. And then she's going to use her last action to refresh her +2 focus token and wait in the elevator for Snake. Okay, so Snake is going to shoot this guard in the back, and because Meryl is not within 2 spaces of him, he can add 1 to this, but he doesn't need to, it becomes 4. However, as this guard is facing away from him, Snake's other ability, which is Sneak Attack, once per round, after you deal damage to a target you are behind in the same row or column, you may deal +1 damage of the same type to them. So Snake actually deals 2 damage with that 1 bullet, and kills him, adding yet another objective token. Okay, and then he's going to use his remaining actions to go 1, 2, 1, 2, oops, and get in the lift. Unfortunately, I've put Meryl in the way of the button. I probably should have put her towards the back of the lift. So we draw our guard order card. So we get 1 guard spawning, and he moves 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, Snake's token would have been, where was he here? But I think Meryl's is still the closest, so I think he would still go that way. Yeah, that's why I haven't been rolling any noise tests, because I'm pretty much assuming the alert tokens are going to be following them around, so I don't see the point in doing it. Wow, and he misses with both dice, both rolling 2s. And then we are on to Snake and Meryl's turn. So Meryl will go first, and she's going to use her first action to refresh her +or -1 focus token. So all of her tokens are now refreshed. Then she's going to use her second action to hit the elevator button and take us to a different floor. Okay, so the elevator descends and we arrive on this new floor, and we are going to try and get to this exit down here. However, there is an event token C over here, so I am curious to see what that is. Now, we have arrived in a different zone, so the alarm isn't going off in this zone. So I don't believe your alert tokens stay with you. I think when you go to a different zone, that is cancelled. So Meryl used 2 actions to refresh and move the elevator. So now she's going to dash 1, 2, and then she's going to sneak, and then she's going to use her focus token that gives her an additional action to sneak to here. So she's dashed once, which means she rolls 1 die for her noise check, and thankfully she doesn't make any noise. So Snake will, I think we're going to have Snake try and make his way down here. So Snake is going to go sneak, 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 which is all 4 of his actions, and we'll resolve a guard order card. Okay, so straight down to the bottom section. We'll start going row by row. So this guy's first. He's going to move 3 spaces and turn left. So we're very lucky. 1, 2, 3. He stays there. That wasn't a 4. Otherwise Meryl would have been seen straight away. Then this fellow will activate. 1, 2, 3. And then lastly, this one down here. 1, 2, 3. So Snake is going to go first, and he's going to go sneak, 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 and then just to make sure he's out of line of sight, he's going to use his focus token that allows him to sneak 1 space, so he can then sneak 1 more space. Meryl could be in trouble here, so we might want to move her. Yeah, so Meryl's going to dash, and then she's going to go sneak, sneak, sneak. So that's all 4 of her actions. So Meryl has to roll 1 white die for her noise check, and lucky for her, she doesn't get heard. So it's then on to the guard's turn, and we'll draw a guard order card. Okay, so there's nobody dead, so they don't need to radio in. So we're just going to move everyone 3 spaces. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. This guy, 1, 2, 3. And this guy down here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so far so good. We've got plenty of time left, so Snake is just going to sneak. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Meryl, see, there's a chance this guard could end up here and potentially see her. So Meryl is going to go sneak, 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 and use all 4 actions to get to there. And then it is back to the guards. So what do? Okay, that's it's not too bad. So they move 5 and turn left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he doesn't turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That went really well. So it's back to Snake and Meryl. So Snake is going to go first. We're not going to risk a dash. We're going to go sneak, 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 sneak. We'll wait till the next turn to get that C. Meryl, however, will risk dashing because she is going to head for the exit. So she's going to dash, and then she's going to sneak 1, 2, 3 to there. And we're going to hope she doesn't roll an alert. If she doesn't, she rolls a 6. So far, so good. The guard orders. Okay, so no one to radio in. We're going to move 4 spaces and turn to their left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's ended there, so there are multiple paths available, so he will actually rotate to his left until he finds a new path and head that way. Okay, so back to Snake and Meryl's turn. So Snake is going to, we might just start dashing now, just run for the exit. So Snake will dash. As soon as he lands on C, we resolve event C, which says, place the C token on your player dashboard. So Snake collects this, and then he uses his second movement point to move to here. Now so that's 1 action. Dash again, and dash 1 more time. Which means Snake will have to roll 4 dice. And he does, quite expectedly, make some noise there, running around grabbing things. Meryl is going to go dash, dash, and then dash onto the exit, and I believe she just leaves the board. It doesn't say you need to use an action to exit in the rules, and she would have had an action left over anyway. So Meryl escapes.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
So the guard order cards are now resolved, and we have a movement of 4. So the guard who is closest to this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's this guy who's the closest, who is also the first to activate. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Thankfully, just short of seeing Snake. Which means Snake can now just go dash, 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 and exit. And that is stage 3 cleared.
Snake, Psycho Mantis has the power to read people's minds. He got the DARPA chief's detonation code. Hurry up or he'll get Baker's code too.
That's right. If the terrorists get Baker's code, they'll be able to launch that nuke anytime they want.
Yeah, they'll use Metal Gear to do it. Colonel, did you know they were conducting a military exercise here using Metal Gear?
I didn't know.
Really?
Snake, you've got to understand. I'm just the middleman in this operation. Anyway, hurry up and get to the second floor basement. You've got to save the Arms Tech president before the terrorists find out his code.
So, if 12 plus guards were defeated, unlock equipment card 04. But it wasn't. Instead, we get nothing for the objective, but if event C was reached, unlock equipment card 005. So, we have got some C4 that we found in the armory, which will be very handy. Now, as I have actually played through this entire campaign before, and the last time I did it by killing the 12 guards, which is why I chose to do it a different way this time. This game rewards replays by the fact that you unlock equipment each time you play through. So if you play through this campaign once, you can't unlock all the equipment. There are some things like this on this stage where it is kind of a choice of what you get to unlock. But I did previously unlock equipment card number 4. So I can tell you that that item we would have unlocked, and I still have access to from the previous playthrough, is a stun grenade. And so the next stage will be our first boss battle against Revolver Ocelot. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
What can I do for you, Snake?